But I may have asked you this before, Ben. I know I talked to Aaron about it. We've talked about it numerous times on this podcast.
Oh, God.
The movie Nightmare Sisters.
Oh, man. That's so
Do you remember Nightmare Sisters?
We talked about this
Did
at,
we?
at
Okay.
Comic-Con. By the
Okay.
way, Comic-Con coming back next year.
Yeah,
Make
that's
sure you
right.
check it
Another
out.
plug. The guy that I had on last week, Bronson,
This
is
shirt.
the big horror guy. He's the guy that was wearing the shirt.
He was
And a matter of
wearing
fact,
the
he was on the podcast
Okay.
last week wearing the Nightmare Sisters
That
shirt.
could be the reason that I'm still single.
Because you've got such high standards.
I have such high standards from the ladies that were on that movie that maybe I'm looking for that.
So look, so Noah and Austin, let me explain. Let me set the stage
Did they
for
see
you.
it?
No. But they could. I'm sure they could Google it. Anyway, when we were children,
We didn't have access.
it
Porn.
wasn't instant access to see a nude female. You had to go searching for that stuff and hunting it. And so when we would spend the night with each other,
Preachers watching
me,
this.
Ben, Aaron, it's normal.
I know.
Me, Ben, Aaron, normally me, Ben, and Aaron, sometimes Tim, sometimes Tate, whoever
Yeah.
was with us, right?
Yeah.
We would go, our weekends, because we didn't have phones, you didn't have Nintendos and all that. We eventually had it, but
Yep.
the weekend was you go get pizza and you get a movie, you rent a movie.
Yes,
So we
correct.
would go to usually a locally owned store, and those locally owned stores, unlike like a Blockbuster, would have some like
Be like
C and D level.
Video stop.
Yeah,
Video
yeah.
stop, yeah.
Video stop, video vision. And they often had a secret room in
Aaron
the back.
Carson's dad had one. I
Yeah.
remember that.
You knew you,
So-
you knew you was in the real place when it was somebody in there behind the register smoking a cigarette.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, they usually had an eye that was going somewhere else.
Yeah.
You weren't sure if they were looking at you. Anyway, so we would go in there to rent a movie, right? Well, our focus on the movie wasn't the plot. It was
The cover.
it was whether or not there might be something that we normally didn't get to see.
Anything better than the Sears catalog bra section?
Yes, yeah, which was used quite frequently. Anyway, so we would rent this movie called The Nightmare Sisters because it was horrible editing, horrible sound effects. The whole story was terrible.
It
Was about these succubus demons and this college dorm thing. Anyway,
Go to images.
yeah, there you go. You have to show them, Josh. That's it. That's the cover. That's Nightmare Sisters.
Lord have mercy.
And we wore that movie out.
Yeah,
like
man.
we rented that movie all the time.
We would disappear.
But
We
it
had
had
to go be by
so
ourselves
it
for
had
a
so
while.
many unique components. Like one of the guy in it, his name is Dookie Flyswatter.
Dookie Flyswatter.
That's what his credit was. It was the guy that was like the Swami or whatever at the beginning. He pulls his head off and stuff. But anyway, I have these such fond memories, Austin, of Nightmare Sisters.
Anyway, we'd watch it, and then maybe one of us would disappear for a little while. It's weird. I don't know what was going on.
It was usually at your house. Usually Ben's house was where the freedom was. So.
That is true.
Yeah.